One, two, one, no. Hey, it's James here from eBassGuitar, and I specialize in teaching beginner to intermediate bass guitar players. And one thing I'm super passionate about is teaching walking bass, because I believe walking bass is the most powerful thing any bass guitar student can learn. There are three main reasons for that. Walking bass will improve your harmonic knowledge. This means you'll know how to construct bass lines over even the most complicated chords. The second reason is it improves fingerboard knowledge. This means you can learn to use every single fret on the instrument with absolute confidence. And the third reason is it will improve your timing and your rhythm no end. So many students come to me feeling completely freaked out by walking bass, and they feel like it's light years ahead of where they're at. And I'm here to tell you that's simply not the case, because I've developed a system to simplify walking bass down into three main methods. And this is covered in my brand new book, The Essential Guide to Walking Bass for Bass Guitar Players. Inside this book, I cover a concept called the 3M system for walking bass. And there are three main areas to that: the chromatic method, the chord tone method, and the scalic method. And today I want to show you some ideas from the scalic method and give you a super big tip which will help you construct walking bass lines using scales. So scales are great in walking bass because they lead the ear really beautifully from one chord to the next. But often the challenge with using them is making sure you've got the right amount of notes to link the chord changes together. So let me demonstrate. Right now we're going to use a simple 2-5-1 pattern. So what I mean by that is we're going to play a G minor 7 chord for a bar, a C7 chord for a bar, and then 2 bars of F major 7. And this is one of the most common chord sequences you'll find in jazz music, and it's an absolute must to learn properly. So what happens is when we go up a straight G minor scale, we need to cover 4 beats to get to the C chord. So let me demonstrate what happens is we go G, A, B flat, C. And what happens is we arrive on the C a beat early, and this is a bit of a problem. So here is the big tip. What we need to do to get scales to work is to add in chromatic notes to fill in the gaps, so we always land on the first beat of the bar at the right time. So let me demonstrate. What we're going to do here is we're going to go G, A, B flat, B natural, and C, like that. So what we've done is we've added in a chromatic note which fills up that 4th beat, so we land perfectly on the C chord. 2, 3, 4, 1, like that. And then we want to hit the F chord. So what we're going to do is the same thing again, because we end up with the same problem if we just go straight up a straight C major scale. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in an E flat on the way up. So we're going to go C, D, E flat, E natural, F, like that. Don't worry, all of this is written out and covered in chapter 5 of the book. So make sure you grab the book if you want to see this written out. But let me play you this so you can hear what it sounds like. Like that. And then it's much easier coming down because it's really good to go up 2 bars and then down 2 bars the next. So what we're going to do is comes down straight down an F major scale now, like this. And what you'll find is the F major scale descending works absolutely perfectly because they're the perfect amount of right notes. So let me play this again. Like that. But what we can do with this adding in chromatics idea is we can use this to spice up our scalic lines too. So we could add these chromatics coming in down the F major too. So we could go, add a chromatic in there. So there's loads of applications for adding in these nifty little chromatics, which are all covered in my book. So what I want to do is play you this in context with one of the backing tracks from the book so you can hear what this sounds like, and also expand it out, because once you understand this concept, you'll be able to play it all over the neck and get the 2-5-1 to link up across the whole of the fingerboard. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the brilliant thing about learning walking bass is once you have these concepts under your belt, you can apply them to any other style of music, which is 100% why it's so powerful. So let me take you these scalic ideas and just play them in with a Motown vibe, and you'll hear how the scales play out. So 1, 2, 3. So you can see that learning walking bass will influence every single style of music and make every other style of music you play sound even better. So guys, I encourage you to get my brand new book, The Essential Guide to Walking Bass for Bass Guitar Players. It will take you step by step through all 3 of the methods of the 3M system for walking bass and get you playing walking bass right from day one, even if you're completely freaked out by walking bass and have never played a note of walking bass before. So to grab your copy of The Essential Guide to Walking Bass for Bass Guitar Players, please click the link in the description below.